in the group chat area right now, I would love to hear, what is one thing that you can get excited about today? What is one thing that you can get excited about today? And as you're filling that in the chat area, I want to share that when the world turns upside down, which is where it is right now, not only with this snow here in Chicago, but this, what we're calling the new normal. There is no one in the world that takes on more responsibility or has as much stress coming in from different directions than a high-performing woman. And you deserve a plan and support that matches your sense of purpose, helps you take care of all the people that are depending on you, and ensures that you can navigate this new normal with finesse and joy and intention. And so that's what I'm going to share with you today. And so in the chat area, what we did here, we've got, receiving the Green City Market, cuddles with your boys, virtual Pilates, yes, meeting a friend for a workout, not to have a commute, I can get behind that. Yeah, what we did here was we actually just created an intention, right? We envisioned the future experience of how you wanted to feel. You wanted to feel excited. And then we actually generated that energy, that sense of feeling right now. So as it's a great moment of clarity and self-awareness and self-discovery to notice you can actually change your state of being by thinking about, what am I going to be excited about today? And that's what mindset is all about. It is really about a practice, about building a habit of self-awareness and self-discovery. And the language that you choose sets your intention. And it also is going to pull that type of energy towards you. Because if I had asked, what's one thing that you are going to be sad about today? You immediately just turn your attention towards, I'm going to be sad about this. Oh, wait, and then there's that. And then there's also that. And you're going to start to look for opportunities to be sad, right? Similarly, what's the one thing that you can get excited about? You turn your attention to that, and you start looking for reasons to be excited. So the quality of your language and the quality of your life is really in how you communicate. And nothing really has any meaning except for the meaning you give it, right? Is it sadness or is it something to get excited about? And there's two ways that we can communicate. One is internally, the language that we use to speak to ourselves. And I don't know about you, I call myself a recovering perfectionist. Fondly, I'm still in this recovery program. But the language that I use to beat myself up all the time in my head, right? The language that we use internally is not the language that we would use with our family, with our best client. So it's a great place to notice mindset. There's also external communication. These are the words, the tones, the body postures, and the physical actions we take. And every communication we make is an idea that is set in motion that's going to produce a result. That's what an intention is. Thoughts become things. So let's make them count. So I took another little deep dive into the actual word intention. And I think that this is so cool. Intention comes from the Latin word intendo. That sounds like Nintendo. Now, am I pronouncing this correctly? Probably not. But it means that you are stretching your purpose. And also it comes from the root word intendir, which means to turn one's attention to, right? And as we've shared, energy flows where your attention goes. And so when you are in union with your mind, body, and your spirit, your soul, your inner being, whatever it is you want to call it, notice that your mind can actually be a servant to your inner being and your body. And you can start to override these thoughts with practice. And that's all it really comes down to is practice. So an intention is a way to set that practice. Um, I am going to share with you 6 questions to ask yourself to set an intention. But before we do that, I want to make a distinction between what an intention is and what it is not. It is not a goal. So, a few days before we went into quarantine, so it must have been like the first week in March, I went to the dentist. And going to the dentist is like setting a goal, right? You go in, and the dental assistant takes your x-rays, they polish your teeth, they wash your teeth, they floss them, and then the dentist comes in and picks around and tells you what, could be changed, what you could be doing better. They look at the x-rays, the deep dive, and then they say, well, maybe you could come back in a week or so. We might need to fill in this cavity, or you're doing great. Here's a plan for the next 6 months on what you could be doing better. We'll see you in 6 months. So that's like a goal. You do the deep dive, you take a look at what's working, what's not working, and you've got a plan to support you for the next 6 months. Then you go home from the dentist, and before you go to bed, you brush your teeth. And then you wake up the next morning and you brush your teeth again. That's the intention. It is the small in-between steps that add up over time that are going to help you reach your goal. So does that make sense? Does that resonate? Yeah. And now, listen, it's not enough to actually just say our intention out loud, but we need to get present to it every day. We need to learn how to keep it. And most importantly, right now, protect it. We have so many things coming at us right now. And despite how we might feel being stuck at home, being like, I don't even know how much is supposed to snow today, but my hope is not very much more, right? We're stuck at home with everyone, our partners, our family, people who need us. This is actually the perfect time to start planning a new direction and find a new pathway for what you really want to do with your one brilliant life. And an intention is a way to just start practicing that every day. All right, so here are those 6 questions, and you can jot them down. I'll also share them with Barbara and Nancy so we can have them. They'll send you a link later on today or maybe tomorrow with these questions as well. You've already got the first one. What is the one thing that you can get excited about today? Right? We're setting our future feelings now. The second question is, what is one word I could use to describe who I want to be today? Now notice, it's not one word I want to describe that I want to do today. What is one word I could use to describe who I want to be today? So for example, the word that often comes up for me is I want to be light. I want to be a light for others. Now here's the catch. In order for me to be a light for others, I need to be a light for myself first. Because one dim light or light that flickers or light that has no energy source can't go out and be a light for other people, right? We need to fill our own cup first. And this actually is a great way to envision your mindset. I often tell my clients that I've got a prop here, my glass of water. Your mindset is like a clear glass of water. So in the chat, actually, I want you to share, what does it feel like? How do you know when your mindset is clear? How do you feel? What shows up for you? My guess is that there's flexibility, that you feel you're in flow. There's probably clarity, confidence. You're feeling more present, I see. Energized, awareness. Yeah, you can literally just like imagine that you're like this clear glass of water. That's how I want to feel. I want to feel light, enthusiastic, capable, positive, empowered. Yeah, you guys totally got it. And also notice when your clear glass of water starts to get murky or heavy or starts to drain, right? You know when that's happening. And that's the next question. What do I need to do to recharge today? Because things are swinging at us, right? We are triggered. There's lots of triggers coming at us, which I really like to reframe as that they are contrast, really showing us contrast to how we don't want to feel. So what do you need to do to recharge today, to keep your mindset clear? And I want to share with you, last Wednesday, I had the intention to be a light for others. And then I have a first grader and a fourth grader. And e-learning, yeah, that's that's my trigger these days. They decided to totally transform the program on Wednesday last week. And so Wednesday, I had to recharge. I had to recharge and meditate twice. I use Insight Timer, which is great. It's a free app. I highly recommend it. And it was a meditation for 2 minutes. It's not that big of a deal. It's just listening to music for 2 minutes to recenter. I had to meditate twice. I had to go into child's pose for about 10 minutes. I had to walk around the block. I had to hop in my car and take myself on a drive and listen to really loud house music. These are all things that I have in what I call my coaching tool belt, my getting back to being list, my go-to things that I know that I can recharge my mindset with. So consider for you, what are your go-to things that you can recharge your mindset with? Someone was talking about having, fostering dogs right now, getting up and taking your dog out on a walk, getting outside, getting the fresh air. Maybe it's as simple as taking a few deep, refreshing breaths, but have these as immediate go-tos so you can recharge. Just dancing to Justin Timberlake? Yes, definitely. My go-to is Macklemore. Next question. What is one situation that might stress me out or trip me up today? What is one situation that might stress me out or trip me up? For me, it's e-learning. I always used to say that homeschooling would be my worst nightmare come true. And here we are, right? Perfect place to practice mindset. The next question is, how would my higher self deal with that? How would your higher self deal with that situation that's going to be upcoming and may trip you out today? This is a great way to just have a little plan. Now you've got something in your coaching toolbox, in your tool belt, that you can use as a go-to when you start to get tripped up or your clear mindset starts to drain. So for me, it's simply patience. And I need to remind myself to be patient. And then the last question. And my guess is that something is going to pop in your mind. Oh, somebody came off mute. There. Looks like it was Karen. I love that skiing picture. That could have been taken out today, out here in Chicago. This last question, my guess is that something is going to come up for you immediately. What do you need to stop doing? What is that one thing that you need to stop doing today because it is not in alignment with your intention and with how you want to feel and who you want to be? And jot it down. I know my future self cannot be trusted. So that is why I use intentions to just get laser clear on my day, especially right now, because your day, I don't know about you, but my day just flies by. And by the end of the day, I'm like, wow, I can't believe it's already dinner time. And here we are. And so creating an intention, I'm actually looking at this, which I'll also send to Barbara and Nancy to give to you. And I know, Barbara, you shared with me that you had this on your desk yesterday. This is my 4x4 daily schedule. And in it, we've got a space for your intention. I know today would be a success if I felt this way at the end of the day. You set your intention, one word. It's as easy as that. You've got your top 4 projects you're working on today, your top 4 professional to-dos today, and then your top 4 personal to-dos today. It's a simple way just to get it on paper, and then you've got, in essence, a checklist, an intentional checklist. At the end of the day, check, check, check. Whatever was not completed, you move over to the next day. and then you're complete. All right. Let's see. One more quick thing. As I said, my future self cannot be trusted. So what I need is accountability. What I call a power pack. These are the people that I know are going to hold me accountable and responsible to do what I say I'm going to do. So consider who is going to be in your power pack. My guess is that it could be everyone on this call right now, because we are all high performing women and we are all in this together. And that's why we come together for moments like this, to set an intention and to support one another. And so whether that's a business coach, a therapist, a life coach, a mindset coach, online fitness classes, build your power pack of people that are going to support you and hold you accountable to that high level of your inner being and who you want to be. So I really want to thank you for being the type of person who is here to generate your own energy, to generate your clear mindset, and set, in essence, like brush your teeth every day, right? And sharing that energy with us. Because the more that we share with us, the more it helps us communally keep this collective mindset clear and focused on that bright future. And when we're doing that, then we can really go out and serve others, whether that's serving our family or serving the companies that we have created or serving in our career and serving the community, because I think that is so important right now. And it truly does start with you and the foundation that you're creating for yourself. So thank you so much for sharing this moment with me. And I'll be sure to get these questions to you guys so you have it along with that schedule.